Welcome everybody to the Poke Battle Network. I'm SosaFlo.
And I am Brownballer10.
And today we are rocking with the recap matchup. We did this last month, Brown, where we broke down a battle I had and we really went into like some of the nitty gritties on like when to make a decision, what it felt like making the decision before, all that instant replay, got a good watch. I like that. That was fun. I'm glad we're doing it again.
Yeah, it's definitely very interesting in this meta. I mean, I'm curious to see how this opponent plays. I mean, realistically, looking at their team just beginning out, I mean, you see they brought a 5-pointer and Auroras, which if you watched our last video, make sure you watch that out. But I'll give you a sneak peek. None of his opponents brought Auroras, which is now we can see how this bond plays in this meta, how good it could actually be, and what are your overall thoughts on it? So how to see it plays out.
You're highlighting Auroras, and I'm like, okay, cool. The whole point of Water Gun was for Auroras, so that I could put that pressure down and see if my opponents feel comfortable with their Auroras and what their Auroras could take. But I was so focused on the Nidorina because I know Nidorina from, what was the meta? There was another meta we did last season.
It was.
And we had talked about her, and you forget Nidorina has Thunderbolt.
Well, it's also it's the one right now, Wasteland.
Yeah.
In Battle Frontier.
You forget that she's got Thunderbolt, and that hits so well with Poison Jab. So like got poison. She's got Poison Fang. She's got a lot of great utilities. So I was a little worried about this. I had to do a little research on it. But your Auroras, like the 5-pointer. Obviously, they're 5-pointer for a reason. So, like, I'm not going to bring... I'm sure if you really look at their team, the way I saw this team set up is that it was a trap team. They really want you to think that grass is going to do really well, right? You got water popping up. You can hit well with some grass move on the Nidorina. And if you're, whichever grass Pokemon you brought, you could take out Cress. With some good moves. So I really felt like having Jumpluff was drawing the Auroras out. And I was able to make the right call. So I sat Jumpluff. Like I did not want to bring Jumpluff at all because I felt like Auroras and Nidorina were there to take it out.
Well, one thing I think, we're actually overlooking here is your team has a 5 times weakness to the rock moves. And Auroras has the rock fast move of Rock Throw. So... I don't think your opponent brought that, but I think it's absolutely I think it's justifiable in this meta, to be honest. For the skies, I mean, most of the sky Pokemon are going to be weak to rock. I mean, I think Rock Throw is very underrated. It's very situational, but I was very curious to see how that could play out. Unfortunately, I doubt we'll see that here because I'm assuming they're just running Powder Snow.
They ran Powder Snow. Yes, this is game 3 of a 1-1 matchup where. I'm telling you, the last battle came so down to the wire. They've been safe swapping in Nidorina the whole time. I was calling it. So I had to bring Artibax, which was my hard answer for Nidorina. And I knew Nidorina and Auroras were coming in. So I had to get Artibax in the back. And they led Auroras twice. And I caught Lapras on it. And I was like, do they lead Auroras again? Do they think I'm going to play like a mind game and think they're going to do Nidorina or Auroras? And I made the decision to go with Lapras, and this is why I have Lapras with Water Gun, because even if I'm sacrificing a shield, Water Gun's putting that pressure down on both of those Pokemon who are strong leads for them to get me their shield from them as well. Yeah. So I'm getting shield for shield here is where I'm going at, and I'm putting that fast move pressure down where I don't get that from Powder Snow, and I don't get that from Poison Jab or Poison Sting.
Yeah, I mean, especially if they're Auroras, it makes a lot of sense to have that in lead. If they're Auroras, typically when you have a lead mon, what that key lead mon means is it's never switch locked. You can always switch out of it. So Auroras has the ability to farm something down. It can farm a lot of your team down quite well. And with energy, Auroras is a monster. So the best way to get it with energy is to never have it switch locked, which means to lead it, which makes a lot of sense for them. So definitely a good call from you on your part. I am guessing you also bring Crest because it's really good.
It was my from the last tournament, baby. It was such my safe swap, and with the grass move too. Like they
They
stay
stayed
in,
in
they
a
bring
while.
in, and then there is the Nidorina.
Could we pause for 1 second?
Absolutely, right before they throw. Yes.
Could you go back to your Lapras real quick? Maybe I may have missaw something, or maybe I saw something correctly. Is that Ice Beam or Skull Bash?
It's still Skull Bash. It's unfortunately still Skull Bash.
Okay, yeah. I
I
know we
should have
talked
Ice
about
Beam
that.
before the tournament, but it's definitely still Skull Bash. We didn't need to go back, but yes.
Yeah. I was just asking that because I didn't get a chance to see it before you went out. But I know we talked about that, so definitely, that was something I think we really determined as meta is Ice Beam. It definitely is the preferable move for Lapras in this meta over Skull Bash.
I agree specifically. And so with that, I'm still going with the Surfs though. The Surfs just go nice and the Water Gun is just so perfect.
Yeah.
Remember, Surf got a little bit of a boost. Yes, the damage or the energy was a nerf, but the Surf got a little bit of a boost. And I'm gonna shield this second Poison Fang right now. And the reason why I'm doing it, because I want to stay healthy. I think I can get this down before I need to throw again. Even though I'm double debuffing myself, I think I could walk away with a ton of energy and maybe swap out back to Lapras and force their third Pokemon out.
So this is game 3, correct? So
this is game 3, yes.
How many games beforehand did you bring the Lapras?
I brought Lapras in game 1, and I sat Lapras thinking they were going to go to the water format and bring their own Water Gunner or Gyarados because Artibax is so strong for them against them.
So it definitely showed that they knew you had Lapras with Water Gun, so that cat was already out of the bag. Mm-hmm. So we don't see the Gyarados counter swap here, which is a very interesting. Well, no, they swapped out. They swapped out. So they definitely could have a 2-shield Gyarados in the back. I take that back.
There could be a 2-shield Gyarados in the back. So I give up the shield, and I'm trying as hard, and I'm counting, and there it is. They had the Poison Fang right there. And I was like, had to throw immediately. So got it off in time. Luckily, it was enough. I am double debuffed.
We have a shield disadvantage. It's Aurora. We do
disadvantage.
Instant swap. I mean, I think they realized that this is the best matchup here for their Auroras.
And they made the catch. They made the catch before I could realize that they made the catch. Right onto Galissapod, which I'm actually okay with. Because Artibax is still healthy. And so right now, I'm not going to shield. I'm going to soak up everything because Water Gun and Dragon Breath are my 2 most valuable resources. So Dragon Breath will come in next, and then I'm going to save the shield for the Water Gunner, which can handle that Meteor Mash or a Meteor Beam because nothing that Galissapod has I'm worried about with Lapras. And if you look, Lapras is still real healthy. So that's the game. Look at Lapras is in the deep green. Like, I'm going to get some shield damage down. We're going to put some pressure on this thing. My key, again, is the fast move pressure. And there it goes. So I'm probably going to force them to throw, which is right here, which is great. I'm so happy they threw. And that's another reason why I crest, because you can get to Grass Knot so quickly.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, you having that Artifact alive is very unfortunate for them. I mean, it's a little healthier than it needs to be. That was a really good fast swap by you. Kind of put the opponent in a pinch, really. Oh, safety.
I'm looking back. I'm like, okay, because of the health, I want to soak up the damage just in case it's Water Gun. Again, Dragon Breath and Water Gun are the 2 things I'm looking for. So there goes the shield, and here comes the Dragon Breath. And I thought to myself for 3 seconds, maybe I did this wrong because I was about to go down. If you notice, I have no health left. I need it's like 2 more powder snows are like so I thought I literally just gave them all of the energy for 2 meteor beams.
No, you can't hold 2 Meteor Beams. Meteor Beam is a 60 energy move, so they'll have 40 residual no matter what. So that'd be 20 energy, which means at a pacing of 4, they'd need at least 6 turns to get to the next Meteor Beam if they had 100 energy.
Look at how they're throwing Meteor Beam
but they could bait.
away.
They could absolutely bait, but they could bait.
They threw right away, and it's all about fast move attack right there. He said he just got it, and I literally exhaled like nobody because I gave them so much powder snow on Artibax when I swapped in. I should have thrown the Artibax in first to take down Golisopod and then get up the energy on Lapras, because I already had up to a Surf. I could have gotten maybe even more, maybe even a Surf and a half. That way I wasn't so worried about all of that media. Like, oh my God. So great job on my opponent. The Nidorina was like the bane of my existence, and I'm realizing how important poison is in this meta.
I would like to see your opponent shield that, or not sack the Golisopod the way they did. I would like to see them just throw that meteor beam at your crest, get the damage, do a farm down, and then you really have no fast speed pressure outside that Arctibax on their Golisopod. They could have come out absolutely loaded there.
Yeah.
That's the play I would have, I think they could have made. I think for you, I mean, you doing that aggressive swap, your crest was safe for you, Arctibax was safe for you. Lapras was not safe for you. Actually, was it though? I
know you don't like it, but look, nothing really hits it.
Actually, Golisopod is pretty terrible for Lapras because you have to land Skull Bashes and you just don't really do damage to it. Gyarados is glassy enough that you can do stuff on it. Crest is not fun for Lapras. I've played that as Lapras, and I don't like that.
And a Thunderbolt off of Nidorina would KO the one-shot KO my Shadow Lapras. So I really needed the Lapras to stay on Aurorus, and they were playing Aurorus real safe with the safe swap of Nidorina or Golisopod in the back, just in case I brought that Cresselia. So
Nidorina feels actually really strong in this meta. And when some of these one-pointers are so strong, I don't like that.
We'll have to see as the tournaments go forward. This was my battle. Hopefully you got some good in the game knowledge and like how to make a quick action and how to recognize a win con or how to activate a win con for yourself in the matchup there. Yes, my team is super made for me. So I'm excited that I have my Water Gun Lapras. I know it's not made for some people over here on the other side of the screen.
Yeah. But I don't think I think we've seen a few Water Gun users from our opponents, but I don't think you've ever had one into your team. And I think that Arctibax really is just deterring people from running that Water Gun. So, I mean, the opponent doesn't have a true dragon. I mean, they resist it, but like they get it, most of their stuff is resisted back. So it's very interesting, if you don't have a dragon, it does feel like you can at least run the Water Gun user a little bit more safely. Whereas if you have that true dragon, you can really just kick that Water Gun user just completely
out of
off
the water
opponent's team. Yeah.
And then you kind of get that Water Gun for it.
Yeah, but then you have that Heat Train, which we're not seeing here, but in some other metas, that definitely you showed me.
Oh my gosh.
Heat Train there was way too many Heat Trains.
There's 6 of them flying around.
Yeah.
That's why I have the Water Gun. That's why I have Water Gun. That's why I have Razor Shell. That's why Arcanine's here, because Heat Train is a monster. And also Nidorina gets the Heat Train too. So if you brought in the right move on Nidorina, you can get the Heat Train. It's very playable, but it'll be interesting as we're continuing the Chaos Cup here. Thank you all for stopping through and watching this. Be sure to hit like and subscribe to the channel for more Chaos Cup fun, as we're going to be having more talks and breaks down and getting into the next month, as we're almost, oh my gosh, November's over. We're about ready to reveal a new meta for December. So be on the lookout there and stay tuned with all of the great stuff here at Poke Battle Network.
Yeah, be sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to stay tuned, and we'll have some amazing content for you guys. So make sure you guys have those notifications on.
Yeah. Brown, thanks for joining me, buddy.
Sosa, thank you for having me.
Yeah, as always, this is super fun. Thank you all for watching. Five. You ready?
And keep boom.
Ready? Thank you all for watching, everybody, and like always, keep on
battling.